Hey, everybody, this is stock chart of the day, and it's April 5th, 2024. So what I'm going to do this weekend, I'm going to do something kind of special. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, right before this big move started, about a day or two before the huge move started in precious metals, I recommended a bunch of silver stocks. And I usually don't put out this, but it is 5 weeks old. So I'm going to show you, this is an example because I've been kind of tardy about because I'm working on so many new ventures. I'm working for this website called dollarcollapse.com. I'm editing my book, that's been going on forever. Things are starting to pick up. I'm trying to get more corporate sponsors onto the, stock chart of the day. I'm kind of starting to write the new contact for when I move Addicted to Profits over to stock chart of the day. So I'm doing all these things. And so anyhow, so I kind of been tardy about, I kept saying forever that I was going to up the price of our lifetime memberships. So that will now happen on April the 15th. So on April the 15th, what will happen is right now you can get a lifetime membership for a one-time fee of $1,000, 12 months at $100 per month on our Patreon, or 24 months at $50 a month or $60 a month on the Patreon. So you can get a lifetime membership. So those will all double. It will go to $2,000 for our lifetime membership, 12 months at 12, 24 months at $100 and 48 months at $60. Or I'll probably add a $200 a month, or sorry, $200 a month for 12 months. So that's how it's going to happen. So this was always a discounted offer. So, but I just hadn't gotten around to ending it. So April 15th will be the last time to sign up for that. The Patreon price is $7 a month, won't change. And I'm going to also put on the stock chart of the day up on Substack as well, because it's easier to do PDFs and some of the written updates that I do. I don't do many of those anymore. Mostly everything I do is video orientated now. So anyhow, I just thought I ended off on that, and we'll look at the markets now. So today's stock chart of the day is kind of a mix mash because of what's going on and a bunch of stuff. So I want to show you. So we're going to look at the employment numbers came in stronger than expected. Over 300,000 jobs hired. I've been saying for a while, looks like the economy in the short term is going to continue strong. The manufacturing numbers were strong a few days ago. So we can see here, this bond is down. It did bounce a little bit yesterday, but it's back down to under 92, which is kind of a key level. And it's under the 200-day moving average. And we look at the bond yields. And we can see the bond yields are up to 437. And, if they get over 440, it'd be the highest since last November. So I don't think that rates are coming down that much. I've said this over and over again. I think like what I'm coming up with, because the market is so frothy, the potential for something bad to happen this fall, we'll have to see. You don't want to use a lot of hyperbole. You don't want to be a doom and gloom or always crying wolf. But the fact of the matter is the two time frames for usually very sharp, markdowns in markets are between February and April, those 3 months, and August and October, those 3 months. So those are the 6 months. 90% of the time, that's when it happens. Now, the odd time you'll get a big August smash. That happened in 1998, happened in 2015. But for the most part, you're either going to have it early in the year, or you're going to have it, usually between May and, early September. It's pretty safe that usually you're not going to get one of these big smackdowns. But and the way the market's trading, that's kind of looks like we could have one of these summer tops and a pullback into the fall. And as I noted in that last video about the correlation of 1987 to the moment that in 2021, when there's a big boom in the market, there was still a small pullback in August, September, October. And in 2022, the last move down of that bear market was in August, was in September, October. And we saw a correction in the market from August to October of last year. So that's what I want to look at. But again, we're talking about the jobs numbers. So the dollar kind of gapped up and then has faded a bit here today. You can see it's up only the dollar up is only up 2 cents barrel. So basically flat. So things have kind of reversed. Like I said, the TNX is down and the market is acting pretty, positively. We'll go look here. You'll see that, the Dow's up over 400 points, taking back most of yesterday's loss. The Nasdaq's up almost 300 points. So it's basically saying as good news is good news, you know? So one of my philosophies behind maybe when getting a top in the market, be it this summer or later this year, is these rate hikes will kind of juice everything, whether it's for 2 months or 6 months, that will kind of bring back inflation to ticking higher again. And then we could see a very big, you know, the Fed having to reverse course and a drawdown in market. So we can see gold. So the second part of this is gold and silver continue to rock. And this is the problem when you're in a bull market, to always look for consolidations. Now, I'm pretty well positioned. I know many of my subscribers are pretty well positioned, gold, silver stocks, but we can see gold up $35 today and really woke up. It was right after it was trending higher, but it was around 10 a.m. this morning. It just started to shoot higher between 10 and 11. And probably like any shorts are getting cleared out here. Silver up 43 cents now, firmly 28 cents or a percent over the $27 area, and 26.50 was a resistance on silver. So we're looking pretty strong here, where we're looking like, you know, I thought gold might go to 23 to 2400, then pull back. Will we? Will we? Maybe, you know, but you know, we're looking pretty strong. You can see this huge breakout. And of course, I've shown the longer term chart a million times. I don't need to continue to do this, but I will. And you can see this was the long-term resistance of this was like, I can't show gold because the gold chart isn't updated to the end of the day, but this is GLD. So this about 195 on the GLD represented about the 2050 area in gold. And we can see, boom, when we broke out through, I'll get a 5-year chart where you really see it. Okay, we're going 6 years. So you can see it. You can see, boom, when we broke it, a clear breakout here. So maybe a little consolidation here. And then I think we continue to move higher. And I think you can talk about suppression of the gold price. How come the gold price wasn't moving even with all this inflation, all this spending, all these deficits, you know, of the last few years? For whatever reason, I think it being kind of suppressed during this 3.5-year period from mid 2020 to early 2024 has kind of made the rally even more vicious. So silver is kind of interesting as well, because we broke this first, and now we're at this little resistance level here. The next major resistance level is up here, though, which is the 2020, 2021 highs. And that's about $30 an ounce in silver. So if we break that, I think if you go look at a longer term chart of silver, you know, going back, we're going to go back 20 years here. This SLV was only around since 2006, but this here, of course, is around the $40 to $50 level it peaked at. Really, once we break 30, there's not much going to that level. So it's not going to happen overnight. And I don't think we'll see this kind of move happens at the end. And again, that's why I'd be wary of the stock market, because look what the stock market's doing. We'll show you in a second. But I think we can go back to that. And again, look at when I talk about those moves happening, is we go look at the move in the stock market and this kind of straight up move. Like, notice it does look a little bit like silver, you know, back in that final move in 2011. So, and even in 2021, when we had this big move up, notice it was not as high. You know, there were actually more pullbacks back then. It wasn't quite as parabolic as it is now, right? And this is the log scale. So this is, you know, this is percentage moves, not just the base number moves. So that's why I am getting a little wary. I'm still bullish on the markets, et cetera, et cetera. You know, obviously I'm in precious metals. These have done well. So I hope you enjoy this update. Jobs numbers stronger than expected, but the market is actually acting positively to the news. So, you know, and gold and silver continue to break out here. You know, because this is a sponsored company, you all know about it. Inca One doing well again today, up 9% today to 17 cents a share. And like I said, broke out of this base, broke above the 200-day moving average. I'm really looking at this 20 to 22 cents a share as the next kind of resistance level here. And then after that, you're probably talking mid 30s on Inca One. Of course, they have to secure the loan. I've said this a million times. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed today's stock chart of the day. Watch out for this weekend where I repost the old members update I did, where I'm telling you, we call it this move in silver. Like, we recommended 3 large cap silver companies. Boom. 2 days later, they were starting to rock in price. And, you know, one of them was Endeavor Silver. I think we're up over 80% in just over a month on Endeavor Silver. So that's the kind of thing you get in the member section. You know, I'm not a big promotional type person, but you got to promote sometimes. And look, I need to make a little bit of money off this as well, because, you know, you're not always going to make money trading. You know, what's happened in the last month, you know, like, you know, I had a year or two that was pretty crappy, especially being in the precious metals. So, you know, you always need a little bit of an income. And if you like these videos, it's also kind of a way of supporting the channel. So smash the like button. I usually don't care about stuff like that, but you hit the like button if you like the video. And everybody have a great Friday and Saturday and Sunday morning. Watch out for my video where I repost my silver recommendation back in late February.